Buffalo Bills live stream. This is going to be 3-0 right now. This is going to be Bills at Green Bay Packers. So feel free to click the link below this video to subscribe to my channel. Hit me up in the comments. I do read comments live. So and follow me on Instagram and Facebook. And hopefully I can get my views up some more so I can get some more subscribers. So you guys have any subscribers that you know, any friends you know, get them to subscribe to my channel if you can. And yeah, let's get into this. Let's get started. And just so everybody knows, I might not be streaming in the next couple. Well, I might not be able to stream Tuesday night. I'm planning to move Wednesday to a new unit, so if you guys want, I can stream after at my new unit. I'm gonna have a whole new background at the new unit, so yeah, let's get into this.
I swear my life is amazing. Blowing money, no hesitation. Dimes, no basic. I know these be hating, but that's what made me feel like in the real life. Dripping all sauce in the good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take my home. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. I woke up and I'm feeling like.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 19 on EA Sports. Coming up, second-year man Nathan Peterman and the Buffalo Bills go head-to-head against Aaron Rodgers in the Green Bay Packers. With that, let's get up to Green Bay, Wisconsin. Standing by for the call from venerable Lambeau Field, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. We all know. This community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. It'll be Nathan Peterman leading him out, the 6'2 quarterback out of Pittsburgh.
And what a game he is coming off of.
Oh, unbelievable.
Absolutely. And you know how much I love the history of the game. He broke a record held by the Dutchman,
Norm Van Brocklin,
right? You got to go all the way back to 1951, and he threw for 554 yards in that game. And later, won a championship as a quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles in 1960.
And now that record has been set anew.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And
that's caught inside the 20. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play here for the Bills. 69 yards. So a big pickup that time. And Charles, defending AFC Player of the Week, maybe bucking towards another award this week.
Yeah, they say they don't really care about the individual awards. You and I both know
they do.
It means a lot to them. It means respect around the league. And if he's able to show those kind of hands all game long, he can win a second one.
They'll try and run it with McCoy. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. LaShawn McCoy with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bills take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Well, these guys scored touchdown after touchdown in that win a week ago. So how do they come out this week? Same way. They got that momentum going, a touchdown on the opening drive.
I think it's safe to say that they're in a groove, isn't it? I mean, a lot of times we've seen where teams have scored a ton of points the week before. The very next week struggle to score almost as if they used it all up. Not in this case. This group appears locked in.
And we're going to have to make some adjustments if you're on the other side of that football. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Now a play fake here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Jerry Hughes on the stop. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Oh, leaves him behind on the spin. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll throw on first down with Peterman. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And a nice gain at 21 yards. Throwing now, Peterman on first down. Trying to lay one up deep. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. A big play here for Buffalo. 41 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Now McCoy. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. LaShawn McCoy with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Bills will extend their lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it ends with a LaShawn McCoy touchdown run. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. And we take a look at the Bills' defense.
I'm focused on Tre'Davious White because as a rookie, 4 interceptions, terrific coverage, and an excellent tackler in the run game. And remember, the Buffalo Bills had the number 10 pick his year. They moved back and still came out of it with Tre'Davious White, who many thought was the rookie of the year on defense in the NFL.
Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Phillip Gaines there defensively.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. Here now a look at LaShawn McCoy. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're...
And that's caught inside the 30.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. First and 10, it's Peterman. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, and they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back. But that's one step in the proper direction.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Milano in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Rodgers now to throw. Hey, right on cue, they set up the screen and complete it. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Defensively, looks like they were thinking the same thing you were. You mentioned maybe being able to hit him with some screens, but they were ready.
Yeah, it's not just the guys who have the headsets on offense that do the thinking, right? They saw, they understood what they did, and said, you know something, how would you try to play it against us? And they were ready for it.
A first update now out of Jacksonville. The Jets out to the early lead. Josh McCown, an early touchdown pass in that one. Peterman and the Bills come up now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Let's take a look now at how Green Bay will line up defensively. And this unit, very tough to throw against, currently 2nd best in the NFL.
Yeah, this has been a good defense, but they're going to have to really prove it in this one because guess what? They're facing the #1 passing offense in the NFL. It's definitely a prove-it day for them. He's going to let this one go deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Kelvin Benjamin with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it? No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown. Hauschka with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain. On 2nd down, Montgomery. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage. And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you? Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. It's caught outright by Graham. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. The numbers in last week's game for Graham: 10 catches, 113 yards.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that he's off to a hot start here in this first month, and those are the kind of performances you expect to see going forward.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
It's not often that you get 19-year-olds that enter the NFL, but this guy is absolutely special. Tremaine Edmonds out of Virginia Tech, 6'4", 250-plus pounds, can run like a deer. We just saw his ability to flash and make plays.
His brother Terrell also taking the 1st round. First set of brothers taken in the 1st round of the same draft in NFL history. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make the play on the football.
1st down. Here's the run to Montgomery. And they work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Trent Murphy. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Now Tre'Davious White on the return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And the Bills getting set to go. Peterman and the Bills come up now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here we go now.
From the gun, it's Peterman. He's going to air one out. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bills will extend their lead. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. here's Hauschka now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, we keep stats on everything, don't we? This is one that you don't want to have. That's his second drop right here in the first quarter.
I was going to say, only in the first quarter. Certainly a ship that he wants to right quickly. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play calling, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy's disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield.
Holding.
Let's get the call. Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half. Now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
Following the penalty, Montgomery. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Tackle made there by Matt Milano.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And this is the 10th carry for Ty Montgomery. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Only 3 yards on the pickup. They'll be left staring at a 3rd and 14.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. Here's Rodgers. And an alley to run. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I'm through, dickbag.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Rodgers going to give this one to Montgomery. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The Packers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 6. Working from the gun, Rodgers going for the deep ball. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Tremont Williams, a veteran corner there on the stop.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Now Peterman on 2nd down. Looking downfield for Jones. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big play here for the Bills. And even 60 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive the team towards a victory.
And that will be caught by Jones. He's got a Buffalo touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Bills continue to pour it on. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Hauschka adds the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown. here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
No gain on the play there, second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
To throw is Rodgers, and he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Rodgers now to throw on third down. He's got his targets covered. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as you did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
319! Blue 58!
Rodgers to Montgomery on the draw. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. He lost two there, and it's third down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Looking deep for Adams. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? But everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. And Jones has it over the middle. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Peterman on 1st down. Looking downfield for Jones. And that will be caught by Jones. He's got a Buffalo touchdown. In for the score. And the Bills head on. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. Hauschka with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And with his depth. You can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on those drives.
Poor punter.
Yeah, there will be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Here's J.K. Scott now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Bills. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Now let's go! Green, 30.
On second down, it's McCord. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down. Charles, I think sometimes maybe we take LaShawn McCoy for granted. Been in the league since 2009. He's played 12 or more games every season as a running back. 30 years old this year. What do you see for his future?
I still see a very bright future for him, and you're exactly right. We do kind of take him for granted. Remember, he was with Philadelphia. Then he goes to Buffalo, and Buffalo goes through the playoff drought before last season. And the Eagles, they win a Super Bowl without him. So, yeah, we forget just how special he is. I do think with his running style, he's got many more seasons left.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Kelvin Benjamin with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bills continue to pour it on.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Hauschka adds the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out comes Ty Montgomery and the rest of his offensive mates to take over. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles, only in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Not to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
And Adams has it complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They go play action for Montgomery and now Rodgers. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Rodgers on 3rd down. He'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Rodgers handing to Montgomery. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Caught right side. It's Lewis. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
He's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield.
Now let's go. Green.
Off the play fake. Here's Peterman. Looking long for Thomas. This is caught at the 20. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
First throw now for the backup, Allen. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
Allen from the gun on third down. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense? That's right there. The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
After reviewing the play, the rhythm of the field is reversed.
The head coach relied on his eagle eye in the sky to make the right call and was told to challenge it, and it looks like it's paid off.
And from a coach's standpoint, when you throw that flag, it's probably a pretty tense moment. Here it pays off.
Yeah, you have that little bit of indecision. You throw it where you feel like you're right, and then you think, uh-oh, did I get it right? In this case, they can celebrate.
Now after the made field goal, Hauschka back out onto the field to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come? It out.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. We'll remind you once again, coming up at halftime, we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He's got stats and scores from around the NFL as we wrap up the first month of the season.
No longer is he a rookie, the coach, a true veteran now.
A crafty veteran. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On second down, here's Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. Now they got to get to the line quickly. To throw on third down, Rodgers. Matt Milano in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now it's Curley. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Around the NFL, we've got a second quarter score. It's the Dolphins that have jumped out to the early lead against the Patriots. Ryan Tannehill leading the way offensively. On 1st down, Peterman. Looking deep now for McCoy. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2. It's blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback and his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him.
And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. LaShawn McCoy on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bills head on.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Hauschka with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Hardly any time taken off the clock there. 2 plays, and they find the end zone for 6 points. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Rodgers now on 1st down. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
319!
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. The veteran tight end Mercedes Lewis, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
319!
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Got an open man, it's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bills taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone. A lot to get to here this final day of September. So let's get started. We'll start right here in Florida. The New York Jets heading down the coast to take on Jacksonville. And it's the Jaguars who are out in front. A touchdown run there for Leonard Fournette. From there, it's off to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium. And this one going the visitors' way, as the Texans have the lead in that one. Deshaun Watson has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, check on the Patriots. And in that one, it's the visiting Dolphins who are out in front. Kenyon Drake, a touchdown run. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. This is a real, I'm doing it though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Here's Rodgers to throw on second down. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. He's got Adams on the hookup. It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He gets it over the middle of Kyle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very solid gain of 27.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
On first down, Rodgers looking sideline, incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Draw play. Rodgers to Montgomery. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's fourth down.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So another long try for 3 and another kick that comes up lacking.
Yeah, this isn't going to do any wonders for his field goal percentage. But you have to figure as a head coach that when you send a guy out there to try and kick from that distance, it's a 50-50 proposition at best.
Here's Peterman to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. This give is to McCoy. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
They'll try and run for it with McCoy. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. No sign of a slowdown from McCoy in his age 30 season. This is 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Peterman. He's going to air one out. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play here for Buffalo. 41 yards.
So let's go ahead and add to the difficulties of guys trying to cover receivers. They got to deal with speed, shiftiness, all that stuff. But how about when they have height and length and deep downfield? You throw the ball up in the air. That's how they uncover at the end of a route, by being able to go up over the top and make a big catch.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. It's a quarterback sneak, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. It's their quarterback scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Bills continue to pour it on.
Instead of having to play follow the leader there, the leader led.
I like that. And he likes that, doesn't he? 1st and goal, let me do the job.
Because you know when he falls into the end zone after falling behind those big guys who pushed up front, that's a pretty good celebration, isn't it?
Gives him a little street cred in the locker room, too, doesn't it?
Street cred, and then when they go out to dinner afterwards, he's still picking up the check.
Hauschka adds the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. 5 plays there on that drive, and it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try to take the field goal out of it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Calling about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
Now Rodgers to throw on 3rd down. And it's complete to Lewis. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It goes for a gain of 10, and it's a 1st down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They call him old reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now Rodgers. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Rodgers to Cobb, good for a Green Bay first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Rodgers now on first down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. A play fake to Montgomery. Now Rodgers trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked out by Jordan Poyer. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Peterman and the Bills come up now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. To throw is Peterman. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Montravius Adams. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the other line for him to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Brandon looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion.
Yes.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Go away.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Looking downfield for Jones. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. 76 yards. And the Bills head on. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Now Hausch can attack on the extra point. Hauschka with the extra point, and the lead will slow by one more. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
No
Now
way.
7 from the 23. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Throwing right side, going to be taken in by Henderson. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The quick slant, good for 8 and a first.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field, and now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Rodgers hands to Montgomery. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Trent Murphy, the one to bring him down.
I haven't been a defense coordinator yet that thinks 2nd and 2 is a fun situation to try and defend. Playbook is wide open for an offense, partner.
Nice job holding to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on first down. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he gets it down to the 32. It goes as a gain of 8 and moves the chains. And this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when and told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
A give. This is Montgomery. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down at the 31.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cobb. And down inside the 15 he goes. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Rodgers now 5 for 5 on the drive. He's responded after the interception. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Rodgers. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to the QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Here's Rodgers to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Trent Murphy in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Now Mason Crosby for the Packers field goal try. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And Crosby puts it through, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
The
kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some
Go
points, but this
away.
third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Man.
Here comes LaShawn McCoy as he trots back out there now. He's had a touchdown for every quarter so far. 3 here in the third, and probably hoping he's not done yet.
And this is a situation where it's okay to be greedy. When you've already scored 3 times, you want 4, you want more than that. And guess what? That only helps your team.
Yeah, so far 3, now in search of 4. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Nick Perry coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Allen now looks to throw. And Jones has it over the middle. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Going deep for Benjamin. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down. But to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
It's caught. Jones. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era. We think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Allen. Airing one out deep for Holt. And this is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Andre Holmes, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. He'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Hauschka adds the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. That time a 6-play drive, and it ends in a Buffalo touchdown.
Screw off. Notifications go away.
Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And they had a long long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal. And I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Over the middle, complete. That's Cobb. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 90 yards receiving now for him in the ball game. It's a first down.
Until they stop him. And they keep making the connection.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Rodgers again now. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Jerry Hughes in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Rodgers going to throw. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
Here's Curley. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And the attention now shifts to Kelvin Benjamin. He's been a load for them to handle defensively, I know that much.
But look at him. He's got 7 catches on the game, and he's starting to shred them a little bit because not only is he catching them, he's picking up good yardage, keeping the chains moving, ball control, you name it. This big guy, what did you say? He's been a load for them to handle?
That's right. Agreed. 7 catches, as you said, over 100 yards. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bagley used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Sheds off the tackle. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A very solid gain of 27.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now, maybe. They're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
Green 39! Green 39!
from the red zone now. Allen. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Now let's go. 3,
They'll give to McCoy. A beautiful fake. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because in a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. LaShawn McCoy taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bills head on. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Hauschka with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with a LaShawn McCoy touchdown run. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Packers get set to go. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it was stopped on that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to them the rest of the game.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers completes it left side to the tight end Lewis. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Out comes Zay Jones with the rest of his offense as they take the field. All right, how has he done it? 4 touchdowns in this contest. He's been around the end zone in particular, pretty much uncoverable.
And you know that I typically take things from a defensive perspective. I'm not going to do that this time. Let's just praise him. My goodness, 4 receiving touchdowns means he's been a variety of coverages throughout this game because they're not just letting him run scot-free. They're trying their best to shut him down, and he's shredding them.
I got to be honest, I want to see 5. No, you want to see 5? I mean, we're not supposed to be biased, but
we're not rooting, just in the interest.
And this will be caught at the 30. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for the rookie Josh Allen. And the Bills continue to pour it on.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. Hauschka adds the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Star Latulippe breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And his throw is incomplete. Carlos Henderson, the intended receiver. Third down here. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, and then going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And that's what he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So line of scrimmage still a 39 on 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And Allen to run. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open, but not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. This ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is. I'm glad that you went in that direction, because otherwise we're going to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday,
Which was also
very impressive. But for this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And they'll keep on the ground with McCoy. And the agility got him a few extra before he's taken down right at the 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
First carry here for Tyrone Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Yeah, can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to, because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
Hauschka with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yes, you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
On first down, Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Lewis. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings us a nice second down for them.
Rodgers to throw on second down. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's got his targets caught. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And a big one, a is here as he's taken down. Trent Murphy in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Murphy, Charles, missed all of last year with that knee injury. Says he feels healthy. He sure looked healthy there.
Had 9 sacks in his last full season, 2016. Can also cover people out of the backfield when they run pass routes. Trent Murphy's an excellent addition.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's J.K. Scott now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded at about the 28. And now running right through. A good return there, 17 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment, and to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge differences we know between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
From midfield, here's Allen. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charlie, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Green 39.
So they're going for it, and here's Allen. Packer pressure, and down he goes. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Buffalo, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying...
Now, let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. Start your week by installing your game plan.
was bad. I swear that baby was young.